This is a 52-inch length of belt blank. You can acquire these at a leather store for about 20 bucks. And this will be made into a custom belt. And this is a little bit about the process that I use. Now, this particular belt came with the snaps already attached. I prefer to add my own snaps. The reason for that is it's hard to sand in this area here where the snaps are attached, because you don't want to be scratching those up. Otherwise the snaps won't fold over and snap the way they should. But that's not a problem. I'll just have to do a little extra handwork here. So it's 52-inch leather blank veggie tan. It's 1.5 inches wide. And my process is to first sand it down, get all the rough leather off. This is the inside of the belt, not the smooth, shiny outside. But get it smoothed off. And one of the problems you get into, you got these little stickers, pricing and code numbers attached to the leather. And there's no way to get those off except to pull them off. When you do, you leave a really rough section of leather where the stamp was placed. When you pull it off, it brings the leather up. So you have to sand that down. Okay, so I get it sanded down, get it nice and smooth, which I'm just working on right now on the internal rough side. And then once I've got it basically as smooth as I want it from the particular grade of leather I'm using, then I'll go back over with a fine grade of sandpaper and really smooth it down. And then on the outside of the leather, where it's basically smooth to come with, there is still a little bit of a covering on the leather, which makes it a little bit more difficult for your leather dye to sink into the leather. So I will also fine sand this area all the way down, and then I'll take it over, and on the edges you also have a rather dark layer which has some covering on it, preservative I would presume. You want to sand that off so that your coloring will take. So there's a lot of work in just preparing your leather to make the belt, and I use the same process on all my leather work, my bracelets, paintings, and so forth. Sand the leather down. Now get it nice and clean, and then once I've got the blank the way I want it as far as texture and surface smoothness, then I'll go ahead and start working on my designs as to where they're going to be on the belt, and start doing my carving work and so forth. So that's just a little brief process explanation that I use. Other people will use something differently. This is very laborious, but it makes for a fine belt. Finish really adheres to the leather, sinks in, comes out very smooth, which is what you want, so that when you finish your designs and you start adding your dyes and it all dries and you start to add your UV protectant, moisture coverings, and then your final gloss, since you have a smooth surface, your image really will stand out 3D like, because you've got it carved into the leather, and it'll be just really smooth. You'll get a mirror finish, and that's what you want in a quality belt. So if you're going to do it yourself, get ready to put some time into it, but it will be worth it. Your customer will be happy, and you'll be happy when you get paid. Okay, that's it for now. Thanks for viewing. See ya.